Many people lust for power, and the lust for power is the root of all evil, but the balance between light and dark never wavers. Men never learn from the mistakes of ages past. Many have tried to claim the invincibility that the dragons once had, but some of them went mad and some of them tried to recreate dragons themselves. They went out of their way and risked entire kingdoms to further their cause, recreating dragonkin, drakes and dragon children, all in the name of something that most mortals can't even comprehend. And one person who embodies all of this is Ocelotte, the Consumed King. Ocelotte wanted an heir, a worthy child that can rule the kingdom of Lothric. His two sons, Lothric and Lorien, both cursed from deeds past, were not worthy to rule, which kept the kingdom in complete disarray and chaos, but the Consumed King took a last resort step he never thought he will pursue in his lifetime, as it is considered forbidden. Now, the Queen of Lothric, which is probably one of Guinevere's daughters or maybe Guinevere herself, has the royal god blood moving through her veins. The king thought this was the answer to creating this worthy heir who would link the fire and rule the kingdoms, but it wasn't enough for him. He sought and studied the ancient knowledge of Seath the Pale Drake. Now, similar to Seath, he went mad as well, but unlike Seath, Ocelotte was a mere mortal, but his studies led him to transform into a hideous dragon-like creature, which proves that the Mad King was willing to do anything to further his goals. However, did he succeed in creating this worthy heir? When the player is fighting Ocelotte, we can observe him carrying an invisible entity in his arm, which he states himself is Ocelotte, the third son of the Consumed King. We can even hear his screams as he cries during the fight, but we do have to take into consideration that the Consumed King went totally mad, so we don't know if the child is for real 100%, as it might be a mere imagination of the king himself, but you do have to wonder about the cries you hear during the fight, which totally contradicts this point and even gives more mystery to this. Now, I really wanted to know if this Ocelotte child is real, and the first step in finding out was this comment I got, which says that there is actually a texture for the baby in the game files. So I started digging around by using BinderTool and tools as such, and I was surprised in what I found. The king is actually holding a skeleton without a model on his hand, and the skeleton is named Baby, yes. Now we can see that this baby didn't have any wings or any resemblance to any dragons for that matter, as the skeleton has none, so we can confirm from this source that the baby is actually humanoid and not some twisted creature, although it can be considered unofficial because it is cut content and cannot be seen without using external programs. We can also find albedo, normal and roughness textures alongside an extra albedo texture named Baby Dead. And by using an external program and attaching the textures into a random baby model, which basically took me 2 hours to even find the model, we got a glimpse on what Ocelotte might have looked like, albeit the result being super funny. Like, look at him, he's just like looking like a baby hollow. So after finding about all of this, what could this mean? We can simply conclude that From Software did have plans for this child of dragons, and as evident by the sound files of the baby crying and even sounds of him being crushed, all of this can be found alongside the textures and the skeleton inside the game. But it seems that they scrapped all of that because in a lot of countries, killing children in a game is illegal. And in our case here, it is a baby, but this is speculation from my part trying to make a sense of all of this. But also From Software did it in a way that didn't screw up the lore. If you remember, in Dark Souls 1 in the Painted World of Ariamis you encounter Persilla, and Persilla did have the ability to become invisible too. So Ocelotte might also have the same ability as her, and maybe because he is a baby he can't control it right and he is invisible like all the time in this way. But does this mean that we won't get information about him in the upcoming DLCs? I highly doubt it, because we also have the Queen of Lothric who disappeared after giving birth to Ocelotte, so we might meet her or at least have more item description referencing her in future DLCs. The community is really keen on trying to solve the mysteries of Dark Souls 3, but this is From Software, so we cannot outright solve these mysteries, but we can try and dig as much as possible and theorize as much as we can to make sense of all of these theories. I'm going to be exploring plot holes and mysteries and references in the game, so make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and also if you are interested in cut content as well, make sure to subscribe for that as well. So, I guess I'll see you later. Bye bye.